This every night where I answer your health questions. So you guys put any questions in the comment box. I will answer them for you, and we will do our best to help you out and improve your health. So I have my whiteboard here where I usually just talk about a certain topic. Last night we talked about diarrhea. We had a lot of great questions about gut health and diarrhea concerns. So feel free to ask me any questions if I wasn't able to answer your question last night. But anything really goes in the chat, and whatever you guys want to learn about, if there's a certain topic, just let me know. And yeah, we'll get started. So all right, what can we talk about tonight? Let's talk about just trying to think. Well, if there's anybody that wants to ask me anything in terms of a topic, let me know. Why don't we talk about calming herbs? Let's talk a little bit about that, because I think a lot of people experience nervous system, stress, and it's working. Calming herbs, or even just like calming remedies. So these would be good for stress, anxiety, pretty much your main thing. Okay, so let's talk about one calming herb, and I've kind of talked about this quite a bit before, but it is called lemon balm. So lemon balm, it actually looks, it doesn't taste anything like lemon. It actually is similar to like the mint family, so it looks similar in shape to mint. It's just a very general, light tasting herb. So lemon balm is great for anxiety and stress, really good and calming. So a couple things with that I like talking about with lemon balm is if you have like nervousness in your stomach or anxiety that just like goes to your gut, you know, that kind of nervous feeling or anxiety feeling that you get, or maybe when you're anxious you have looser bowel movements, lemon balm is really good for that. So it's good for loose bowel and nervousness. With something like lemon balm, I usually recommend in a tea, so drinking it in a tea or a tincture. So tincture is like a liquid extract of it. So that's one thing there. The other thing, it can actually be helpful if you have an overactive thyroid, just so you know, if anybody does. Okay. So that's a few things about lemon balm. Really great, as I mentioned, calming, good for the nervous system, good if you have anxiety that goes to your gut. Tea or tincture form is what's best recommended. Okay, so if anybody's just joining us, hi and welcome. This is Let's Talk Health. I'm Dr. Amanda. I'm a naturopathic doctor, and I host these every night where I do a live Q&A. So you guys ask me your questions. Just put them in the comment box and I will answer them for you. If you are new here, of course, please subscribe, like, join our health community here. I do go live every night, so just make sure you're subscribed and your notifications are turned on so you get notified when I go live. All right, so that was lemon balm. Let's talk about another. Another herb that's also good for stress, nervous system, sleep is called kava kava. This one is good also for like restlessness, restless muscles, muscle tension. So if you have difficulty sleeping, if you feel stressed or restless, Kava Kava is a really good one. And then usually with this one, I recommend it in a tincture form. So sometimes I get asked questions like, hey, can I mix different herbs? Can I take different ones? And you definitely can. You can do a blend of different herbs. Sometimes you'll find like teas or tinctures that already have a combination. So like anxiety, specifically tinctures or supplements that are recommended for anxiety might have a blend of different herbs. So you can take a blend of herbs, and then of course, when we're looking at herbs, you always want to make sure they're safe for you. So what I'm providing here, it's not medical advice, it's just educational information. So double check with your healthcare provider that you're okay to take these herbs, because they do interact with medications. You might not do well with them. So that was Kava Kava. The first one was Lemon Balm. This one's Kava Kava. Let's talk about another one. Oh, why don't we talk about, I don't think I've talked about rhodiola, so let's talk about that. Rhodiola. This is another common herb. This one's good more for during the daytime. I would recommend this, more for stress and anxiety. It gives you a little bit of energy, so it's not one that I recommend at night. So generally like the one before the Kava or the Lemon Balm are good to take at night. So use during the day. Great for the adrenal glands, so those are your stress. So cortisol regulation. And then this one can actually be taken in capsules. Is actually pretty good to take it in, like as a dried capsule, or even a tincture is fine. Not really tea with rhodiola. And then the reason why is just like the way the herbs are extracted differently. So some herbs do really well extracted just in water, like made as a tea, whereas some of them need more help getting extracted. So like a tincture with like, it uses a bit of alcohol to extract it. So if we're thinking about things like, think about mint and think about chamomile, those herbs they do really well in water. They can get extracted, whereas some herbs like the Kava one does better extracted through a tincture form. So that's just something to keep in mind. That's why I kind of recommend those. So yeah, that's rhodiola, great for adrenals, and increase energy as well. So that's a really good one. If you're not familiar with rhodiola, maybe go check that one out. If you're somebody that's stressed out and you feel like you could use a little bit more energy, maybe you're a little bit burnt out, rhodiola is a great one. Okay, so if anybody's just joining us, hi and welcome. I'm Dr. Amanda, naturopathic doctor here. This is Let's Talk Health Live Q&A. So I host this live every night. You guys ask me questions. I do appreciate it. Last night we had a lot of great questions about gut health. So feel free to ask any questions. Tonight I'm just talking about some herbs. But if there's another question that you had about a certain health topic, just let me know. And if you are new here, be sure to subscribe and join our health community. And I do appreciate when you guys like the video and join the community. Okay. What else can we talk about for nervous system herbs? So we talked about lemon balm. I can actually just write them down again here. Just so you have them. So we had lemon balm, Kava, Rola. Alright. Let's talk about one that I really like is lavender. I've talked about this quite often on here, but it is really a great one. So lavender, I'm sure most people are familiar with lavender. When you smell lavender, it's so nice and so calming. So it just helps with like providing that instant stress or anxiety relief. So I'd say it's pretty quick. It's also great for sleep. So if you have issues with sleeping, can help improve sleep. And then lavender, you can use it as like the diffuser, so essential oil diffuser. Or you can do it in a soft gel. So a soft gel is like as a capsule, but it is a soft gel, it has an oil base. And that one's really nice to take as needed for anxiety. You know, maybe you have an exam coming up, or maybe you have a presentation at work, or a meeting, or a job interview, or you have social anxiety and you're going out to a holiday party. That's really good to take just kind of as needed to help calm your nervous system down. The essential oil in the diffuser is really nice for sleep, really good in calming, spreading that lavender scent throughout the air. So that's a really good one. I do like lavender. So yeah, if there's any questions about that, just feel free to let me know.
I love ashwagandha in the winter when dealing with family members.
Yeah. So ashwagandha is another great stress reducing herb. Really good for the adrenals. Very nice and gentle. So it can provide some energy, but it does it in more of a gentle, grounding way. Whereas some other herbs, I would say actually rhodiola is probably a little bit more stimulating than something like ashwagandha. So yeah, that's also a great one. Thanks for sharing. I'll add that to the list too. Okay, so great points about that. So yeah, so if anybody's just joining us, we are talking about some different herbs that are good for stress and anxiety. If you've never joined our live stream before, hi and welcome. I'm Dr. Amanda. This is Let's Talk Health Live. I answer your health questions. You guys can share your opinions in the chat, and we can talk about different health topics. So do be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. That way you get notified when I go live, because I do this every night around this time, so sometimes might be a bit earlier or later. So when you get notified, that way you can come on and ask me a question. Okay, what else can we talk about that's good for stress and anxiety? Let's talk about, we're going to talk about Chemmile, because that's a really great one. This one would be more so in the evening. It is quite relaxing. You could totally drink it during the day as well, but I usually recommend in the evening. You can have a tea. That's usually best for chamomile, is a tea. And this one's great also if you have bloating and gas. Improves sleep. So if you're somebody that has IBS, why don't we write that down? If you have IBS and if you have anxiety and bloating and gas, chamomile should be your go-to. Really good, nice and calming for the nervous system, for the gastrointestinal system. I like it in a tea form. It's pretty good because it's a flower, so it gets nicely absorbed well in water. You could also do a tincture, that's fine too. But yeah, really good for nervous system and gut health. Okay, so let's add that one to the list.
Someone asked, are you a doctor?
Am I a doctor? Yeah, so my degree is a naturopathic doctor degree, so doctor of naturopathic medicine. If you have follow-up questions, just let me know. Okay.
Which herbs decalcify the pineal gland?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head for decalcifying the pineal gland in terms of herbs. That would be something I have to look more into, but just in terms of like general body reduction of inflammation, that can help with brain health, because if we're talking about pineal glands and brain, I would say something more so along the lines of turmeric, curcumin. Those are great anti-inflammatory inflammatories, but specifically for decalcifying pineal gland, not familiar with anything. Okay. I'll talk about one more herb, but if there's any other questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. And thank you for your questions. If you do have a follow-up question, just ask in the chat and I will answer them for you. Okay. So, what else can we talk about? Lemon balm, kava, rhodiola, lavender, ashwagandha we mentioned, chamomile.
What about marijuana? Is that a calming herb?
Good question. So marijuana is technically a herb. Is it a calming herb? I would say it depends on the person, because some people can use marijuana and they actually get more anxious, more of that paranoia, whereas some people will completely mellow and chill out. And I think it does depend on the strain, because there's different strains of marijuana. So in that sense, it's not something that I recommend or go to because of its hallucinogenic effects, or the way that it affects, like, gets you high, right? Whereas these herbs will not do that. That's the question. So if anybody's just joining us, welcome to Let's Talk Health live Q&A. I'm Dr. Amanda. I'm a naturopathic doctor. This is our live health chat. So if you have any questions, I'm going to leave the chat open for a few more minutes, and you can drop your questions in the chat box. And I am talking about calming herbs right now. So feel free to, like the video, subscribe, join our health community here. I do appreciate that, and I appreciate all your questions. Okay, so I'm just trying to think of one more herb that I haven't talked about recently. Okay, we can talk about passion flower. That's a really good one too.
It sounds like it's calming.
Yes. So passion flower is a great herb for sleep. So there are some teas, like you might find, like they're called like sleepy teas, or cup of calm, I think is another one. Usually it has a blend of something like passion flower, chamomile, some lavender in there. There are some that have kava. What's another?
Marshmallow root?
Marshmallow root could be there too. Valerian root was the one I was thinking of. Valerian root, I can kind of just write that one here too. These are both good for sleep. So really good for sleep, very calming. And then usually these ones would be in a tea or tincture. So if you're looking for kind of like a blend for helping with supporting with sleep, I would say passion flower, valerian, and chamomile would be your top three, plus some like lavender essential oil. If you really want to target more so anxiety, honestly, any of these ones would be pretty good for that. Like if you have anxiety that's more so goes to your gut and it's gut related, I would say lemon balm and chamomile. If you're anxious and stressed and really depleted and burnt out, I would say Rola. If you have a lot of muscle aches and tension, then you want to do the kava. Ashwagandha is great for just overall adrenal support. Lemon balm is good if you have that like nervousness in your gut feeling. And then lavender is really good for like social anxiety or events and things like that. So yeah, that's kind of like my summary of all of that. I hope that was helpful for you guys. This video will be posted on my channel after the live is done, so you can always go back and look.
Got a question. My head is always hurting. What can I do for that?
Okay, so if your head is always hurting, so it sounds like potentially headaches, migraines. Now it depends how long this has been going on for.
And their calming herb is marijuana. She said, my calming herb is marijuana. My head is always hurting. What can I do for that?
So I would say like, okay, so did something cause your head to hurt? Did you hit your head or injure your head? Are you having withdrawal from the marijuana? Are you having withdrawal from caffeine or something like that that's causing your head to hurt? Or could it be something like blood pressure related? There's so many things that can cause your head to hurt. So I would say you kind of need to figure out what is going on and what's causing your head to hurt. If it's just general headaches, like tension headaches due to muscle tension, like you can have like neck and upper trap muscle tension that can cause headaches and your head to hurt. Then doing something like a magnesium magnesium gel on your neck can help a lot with that, or taking magnesium. We're thinking about more so migraine headaches. You want to make sure you're hydrated. So actually, in any of these cases, making sure you're hydrated can help a lot with headaches and tension there, definitely. But I would say more so looking into your lifestyle and what could be contributing to your head burning. Yeah, but thank you for your question. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do so. So we'll see if there's any other questions. I'll keep the chat open for a minute. And then, as I mentioned, I do go live every night. So if you have a question that I wasn't able to get to, or if you have a question maybe another day, just feel free to jump on. And of course, put on those notifications so you do get notified when we go live. Okay, so I will just add to the list passion flower and valerian. And that is everything for stress and anxiety herbs. There's so many herbs, so many great benefits from different herbs, different ways to consume them, different forms that you can have them in. So I hope that was helpful for breaking that down for you. Okay, so I think we'll wrap up then for tonight if we don't have any other follow-up questions. And yeah, be sure to tune in tomorrow. And then, of course, let me know if there's a certain topic you guys wanted to hear. I can always talk about that next time, okay? So I'll see you all tomorrow night. Take care. Bye for now.